morning, everybody. Good morning, Rabbi. This week's parsha is Vaerah, and it continues from last week's parsha of God speaking to Moshe Rabbeinu and telling Moshe Rabbeinu to go to Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go. Moshe goes, and things get a little worse before they get better. And Moshe comes with complaints to Hashem. Why is it getting worse? And Hashem tells him, you got to have faith. You got to have faith. There's a process. There's a reason. And it's an interesting discussion of what's going on over there. But there's an interesting also parable, a story. And after we say the parable, this example, then we can understand also a very important lesson. There was once a family or a couple of families that didn't pay their rent in Russia. And they were like these little kings, these landlords. And they had the right to do whatever they want. So they took these families, they put them in a dungeon, they put them in the ground somewhere, in a big pit. And what happened was they would bring them food once a day. And this went on for years. No one came to buy them out, so they were stuck there for years. And a new generation was born there, and they never saw light, they never saw the world, they didn't know anything. They heard things from their parents, but it wasn't really so real to them. And one day, they're having a discussion, and they're saying that, this is it. This is life. Somehow, by nature, food comes down a rope every day, and that's it. Everything else is whatever our parents told us doesn't necessarily make sense because we haven't seen it, and how much can you believe? And then one day, a man comes down the rope and tells them to come up. He says, come up for what? He says, there's a whole world out there. There's light. There's this. There's that. And they tell him, we don't know what you're talking about. So he takes out a candle, and he lights the candle. He shows them light. Says, see this light? The light out there is 10 times more powerful. So when they saw something that they haven't seen till now, they were inspired to go out. And they went out and they saw this taka whole world. Moshe Rabbeinu comes with a message of God to the Jewish people that pakot pakadati, you should know you guys are going out of jail. You're going out of Egypt. You're going out of your misery. They did not listen to Moshe. Why? They were so suppressed and so limited in their world that they couldn't see beyond it. Thank you. So this is something that didn't just happen then. We're looking at the story. How could you not believe? You had a story beforehand. You had a promise. God promised Jacob that he would take him out. Yosef said, Pakot Bakarati, take me out. We had different messages. How could they not believe? But the truth of the matter is, we're in the same situation. We are guaranteed that Mashiach is going to come and that we're going to be taken out of this gullus. And at the same time, we are also limited to nature. This is how things go. This is what's happening out in the world. We have no chance. We have no reason to look forward to anything. But it's not true. There is that same concept that the Jewish people were going through before they went out of Egypt. That same concept applies now, and that dedication and that belief that was in a sense lacking at that time. We have to be able to learn from the previous story what not to do. There was also another example that one of the Rebbes, the Chabad Rebbes, explained and says it's like there's one time like the father's playing hide and go seek with the kids. And the kid starts to look for the father, and he can't find the father. The father's hiding in a good spot. He's in a good hiding place. And eventually the kid gives up and he stops looking for his father. How do you think the father feels? Not too good, right? So with us also, we're looking for Hashem. God is in a sense playing a hiding and seek game with us because he wants us to do the mitzvahs. He wants us to have free choice. We have to search. We have to find the godliness. We have to find Hashem in everything we do. And sometimes we give up. We say, forget about it. It's not worth it. But the truth of the matter is, that's the whole value, for us to find Hashem within the darkness. So Hashem should help. We should be inspired. We should be dedicated. We should believe. We should do. We should be able to accomplish the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu Mehirim Mimenu V'Noimar.